Thank you for coming today. I'm going to show you how to make gluten-free bread using a bread machine. You'll see that it takes little time and little effort to have good tasting gluten-free bread that you can't find in the store. To begin, you will need 2 mixing bowls, a large mixing bowl and a small mixing bowl. You will need brown rice flour, cornstarch, dry non-fat milk, salt, and I use mineral salt for the minerals. And you'll need xanthan gum and oil, and I use olive oil for the health benefits. You also need 2 eggs and water. To start, you will take your dry ingredients, and this is brown rice flour, 2½ cups. You pour that into your large bowl. Then you take your 2/3 cup of cornstarch, pour that into your bowl, and you take instant non-fat dry milk, 2/3 of a cup of it, 1 tablespoon of xanthan gum, maybe, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now you want to mix this together really thorough. You want to just stir and stir and stir. Get it all mixed up. This. Okay, now that's pretty good. Now after you've done that, you'll set that aside. And then you take your smaller bowl for your wet ingredients. And I like to begin with the eggs, because you're going to have to beat them, and if you've ever tried to beat eggs in water, you make a mess. I learned that the first time I did this. So you beat them up really good, like you're going to make scrambled eggs. Okay. Next, I put my olive oil in, because oil and water is hard to mix together also. All together, and then you'll want to add 1¾ cups of warm water, about 115 degrees, around that. It will help the yeast to rise better. And mix all those together. I still made a mess. Okay, now you will set that to the side, and you will go to your bread machine and get your loaf pan. You take your loaf pan out and set it in front of you, and you will take your wet ingredients first and pour them into your loaf pan. Next, you'll take your dry ingredients and put them into your loaf pan, and you're going to get some in the wet, but the main point is not to get all of it wet. Okay. Okay, now I like to take this and I like to just spread it out really even. Then you'll want to make a little indentation in the middle of your dry ingredients here. I'll show you. See how you have a small indentation. Okay. Next, then after you do that, you want to open. You've got your dry active yeast, and you'll cut it open, and you just pour that right down into the indentation. And the reason you do that is to keep it from mixing with the water. The dry ingredients prevents it from mixing with the water too soon. Now, you're ready to put it into the bread machine. You take it over here and put it in. set it in, and then close your lid. And since everyone probably has a different bread machine, so you'll need to refer to your manual for how to set it. For mine, which is a Jurushi, you would use the basic setting and the light setting for the crust. Then you will press start, and the bread machine does the rest for you. And this usually takes about 3 to 4 hours to bake. And since we probably don't want to wait and sit and watch the bread machine cook, I brought along some samples for you to try of this bread. So, if you'd like to take one, Okay. Well, I thank you all for coming, and I hope you've enjoyed learning how to make gluten-free bread, and maybe it will come in handy for you and you try it on yourself soon to come. Thank you.